Hi you guys, so for this video I am going to be reading Reddit stories. I'm mostly going to try to stay with the relationship advice type of maybe theme. I might go to another theme, but right now I came across this story that kind of caught my attention by the title. So it's a throwaway account posted on the relationship advice subreddit, and it was actually posted 10 hours ago, so it's really like fresh. Let's get started on this. Longtime friend, 34 male, crossed a major line during Easter. Don't know if I, 33 male, can continue the friendship. I, 33 male, have been friends with Jake, 34 male, for nearly 20 years. We've always had a dorky, lighthearted kind of friendship. Even when we've gone long stretches without talking, reconnecting has always felt easy and natural. He recently moved to a city close to mine for work, and since neither of us had Easter plans this year, I invited him to spend the holiday with me and our family at our cabin. Things started off fine, but we began drinking in the early afternoon, and he went way overboard. He got extremely drunk, so I helped him back to the cabin and even asked some nearby neighbors to keep an eye on him. I went back to the party. Later that evening, he came back, still clearly drunk, and started talking to my aunt, his first time meeting her. Out of nowhere, he started joking or implying some very inappropriate and uncomfortable things about me. He made comments that painted me in an extremely negative light, suggesting I didn't respect boundaries or listen when women said no. It was completely off base and made me feel exposed and humiliated in front of my family and especially my aunt who didn't know him or our friendship dynamic. I didn't want to create a scene, so I told him I wasn't going out again and I stayed back. But I ended up sitting with my aunt trying to explain that what he said wasn't true and didn't reflect who I am at all. It felt horrible to be put in that position by someone I trusted. The next morning, I started packing and I told him we were heading home. In the car, he asked if I was upset, and I told him honestly, yes. I explained why his behavior hurt me so much. He apologized and said he was very drunk and didn't mean what he said, but to me, the damage was already done. I told him I didn't feel comfortable or having him around my family again, and I wasn't sure if I could trust him, drunk or sober. He kept apologizing, but I made it clear that the worst part wasn't even the things he said. It was the feeling he left me with, the distrust, the discomfort, and the humiliation of having to defend myself to my own family. Do I try to repair this friendship, or is it time to walk away from something that clearly isn't the same anymore? So I just feel like, I can understand not wanting to have that friend around. It sounds like he's out of control when he's on alcohol or when he's drunk. And honestly, when you're around these type of people, you just kind of want to stay away and really just kind of keep your distance, low contact with these type of people. I just wonder where all of this stuff came from. You know what I mean? Guess like people can really make up a lot of stuff whenever you're drunk or you're on drugs, whatever. But like it's just really crazy how he said all these things. Not that I'm implying that OP necessarily did anything himself. Like, has he been having like all of this hate for him, like this jealousy? Has he always been like really jealous of this guy, like the whole time of his friendship? Or is he like, I just think that there's just something that he's one of those hater friends, like that Loki kind of maybe hates on the side or hates secretly, but now it's all coming to light. But he's drunk, and it seems like he has some type of problem. And I guess maybe he's envious in some way, but doesn't even really want to talk about it or doesn't necessarily realize it. That's the kind of feeling that I'm getting from OP's friend here. I don't think you necessarily have to repair the friendship if you feel like you can't look at him the same anymore and like you feel like the damage is already there. Like, and also you wouldn't want to bring that person around to your aunt again or your family members. Like that would be really embarrassing probably for me too. And I'm Mexican, so like, once your friend makes a bad impression, the whole family's going to hate you and they're never going to want you to come back again. Okay, so let me read what the commenters say. Okay, so OP did reply to one of the comments here. Drunk isn't an excuse for his behavior. I don't know how you like him, but do you think his apology is sincere? Your family knows he's drunk, and so that impression of you won't last. The question is, how much do you value this friend, and is it worth it for you? OP responded to that comment saying, much of his apology was based on him when I read between the lines. He said that he understood if I want to take, some distance, that he shouldn't have said those things, but in my intuition says that something is off. Which clearly it is, something is off. So I recommend just staying away from this friend, to be honest with you. Somebody else kind of like, quote, do I repair this friendship? I wouldn't decide that right now. Just sit on this for a few more days, then decide if you want to reach out or if you could decide if you want to leave it up to him. It's ultimately for you to decide if all the years of friendship are worth giving him another chance. It sounds like you know this guy very well. Has any tendencies like this come out before? And so OP responds, thanks for the advice. There has been tendencies like this before. Remember when we were much younger, he was with my ex-girlfriend. What? Okay, there has been tendencies like this before. I remember when we were much younger, he was with my ex-girlfriend who I had a big crush on. Brushed it off and accepted it since at the time I had other things in my life that was worse happening to me, so I didn't put much energy into that. It's a big red flag, to be honest with you. Why is he with your ex crush, or why is he with your crush or your ex-girlfriend, whatever? That's just like, that's not a good friend. Anyways, also he is a big conversation stealer. He is always trying to be the center of conversations, and it's easy for him to hijack conversations, and it's almost like he's never listening to the other or asking other people about things going on with them. So about 1 to 2 years ago, I told him that I'm tired of him making room for other people in the conversation, or that he almost never asks questions around my life, and that if I consider this a friendship, then this is about to die out. So he tried to ask me about my thing, and it didn't take long for him to go back to his old self and almost always complaining and telling his same old stories over and over again. Of course, I'm more of the quiet type that likes to get to know people about them and their interests. Somehow, I might be putting expectations on him to do the same, but I like that people are showing a sincere interest in me and my life, and not the old question like, how are you? But be more specific with questions, even if not want to talk about myself or bragging. I think I had a friend like this before. Like, they would literally only talk about themselves and stuff that was going on with them, and like it was just like a simple, oh, how are you? That's it. Like, never asking more further questions, or sometimes they wouldn't even ask how are you. Like, that's pretty, that was pretty messed up. But like, I just remember this person was like a boy crazy type of person, always talking about boys and stuff like that. I feel like this person kind of revolved their whole world around boys, and that's literally what this kind of reminds me of. But I don't know, for him to hijack conversations, I don't know. This guy, his OP's friend is like kind of giving me like a male version of a pick me, and I think like, it's nobody really even talks about male pick me's, but like OP's friend is definitely a male pick me. Like, he was probably wanting to be the center of attention always, and kind of wanted to revolve the whole conversation, or maybe like his whole world around him whenever he's around you guys' friends, or just, together. That's why they never bring up your life, because really they just want to talk about what's going on with them. They don't really care to know more details as to what's going on in your love life, your life at work, and other stuff, maybe even your own mental health. One way to test it out is really, really, really dig deep and think about the friendships that you guys have. If you notice that you're constantly always talking about what's going on in the other person's life, and they never ask you, hey, what's going on with you, or like getting the time to talk to you, to comfort you and whatever is going on with you, whether it's good or bad, um, that's how you know you have a fake friend. If they're never worried or concerned about what's going on in your life, that's how you know you have a fake friend. And hopefully you guys drop those people if you guys do. It's just crazy. Anyways, let's go to the next story. Okay, so here's another story. This one's actually posted on the Am I Overreacting subreddit, but I would still probably say it's more so like in the relationship advice, maybe. But I don't know, I guess we'll see. It'll caught me by my attention by the title. Okay, am I overreacting? My ex roommates and slash best friend ruined our relationship, threatened me, and my ex never defended me, then begged me to take him back. Ouch. So I, 25 female, was in a relationship with my ex, 25 male, and his best friend, roommate, Jordan, 32 male, was way too involved in our relationship. He would blow up my ex's phone constantly when we were together, get mad if he didn't respond fast enough, and act super controlling. My ex and I wouldn't have normal couple disagreements, and he'd go tell Jordan and even our coworkers he used to be my manager. Everything I said without my knowledge. One day, Jordan completely made up a rumor about me and tries to break us up. When I went to the guy Jordan said he told me Jordan was lying and even confronted him in front of my ex. Okay, so she's saying that, like, basically she went to the guy whoever told her about this rumor and he told me Jordan was lying and even confronted him about it in front of my ex. So somebody else caught on, but Jordan, about him making stuff up about OP, and basically they kind of confronted him in front of her ex-boyfriend. We'll see what happens next. Okay. After that, I asked my boyfriend to set a single boundary. Hey, I'm in a relationship now and I just need some space. Jordan exploded. Told him to move out and called him retarded. I can't say that on YouTube. And cussed both of us out. And instead of defending me, my boyfriend blamed me. He said, "Look what you did. If I had to choose between you or Jordan, I'll pick him." I called him crying, not asking them to stop being friends, just for some basic respect. He answered but muted me so Jordan couldn't hear anything I said and left me on the phone while Jordan raged in the background. For 30 minutes, I listened to Jordan scream that my boyfriend could do better, called me a and threatened to destroy me if I was downstairs. My boyfriend didn't say anything to defend me. Later, he admitted, "I left you on the phone because I wanted you to hear it." That itself kind of just speaks volumes. We broke up after that. He said I didn't respect his needs or his friends' needs and that I didn't care about the things he cared about, meaning Jordan. I was sad, but I started to move on. Then 6 days later, he came back begging for another chance. I told him I couldn't get past how he treated me during the Jordan situation, and he swore I'll never let him treat you like that again, I promise. I stupidly gave him another chance. Now Jordan has banned me from their apartment, even though they split rent 50-50 and my boyfriend is unemployed. He lives 2 minutes from where I work, so I used to stop by after my shifts. Now I'm not allowed over. We have to go out every time we hang out, and even though he can't afford it, I'm the one paying. How is that fair? To make things worse, Jordan's girlfriend lives there too, and one day she went off talking about me for 2 hours straight. And while on the phone with my boyfriend, she called me horrible, disgusting names, and he didn't defend me once. He just stayed on the phone quietly and let her say all of it, and later told me again that he wanted me to hear it. Why would he
Boo!
want you to hear all of that? Why wouldn't he say anything? Like, that's just ridiculous. And after all of that, he's still best friends with them. After everything they said and did to me, he chose them over and over. Why did I ever take him back? I hope he's still your ex, because that is not okay. It just kind of bothers me that he just didn't say anything because I feel like he was almost kind of like agreeing with them, like with them treating you this badly, because clearly he didn't care. If he cared, he would have said something right then and there. But it's pretty annoying how literally he did not stand up for you, and it's really annoying, honestly. Hoping that he's your ex-boyfriend now. Even then, like, this guy Jordan sounds like he wants to be your ex's boyfriend. Like, why do you care so much about who he's dating? Like, it's not like you're doing horrible things. It's not like you're cheating on him and you're mistreating him and anything like that. Like, I don't know how you were able to take him back, but I don't want to say that because everybody goes through different things. I've been stupid. I've been in situations where I wasn't thinking clearly and I was just making excuses for the person. So I can understand maybe why you took him back. Girl, this is screaming big major red flags. See what the commenters say. First comment, suitable tier. That's the name of the commenter. I don't know why you took him back. However, it's not too late to reverse that decision. The fact that he wants you to hear him hating on you is just something I cannot figure out. I mean, if he was trying to claim the roommate problems and trying to let you move in, despite not being able to pay his share of the rent. We weren't even trying to move in or anything like that. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Just commented, a good question. Why did you take him back? Do you hate yourself? Do you have some self-respect? Stop talking to these a-holes. Hey guys, like, really, like, I feel like these people need to stop tearing OP apart. Why is that always when a guy is being an a-hole in a relationship and like, people always call girls dumb and stuff like that. You just don't know what situations. There's guys who are also dumb when they stay in relationships, okay? And everybody has been there before. So I think that's the last thing that OP needs to hear. I just really like, ew. Anyway, these comments are so disappointing. They're just really like going in on her about like staying with him, calling her a dummy. Like, she's not a dummy. I don't understand why. I'm gonna have to comment on this because this is really annoying how people are trying to tear OP apart. You just don't know certain situations. That was my video for today. If you guys are interested in more Reddit stories, please like, subscribe, comment your thoughts about this below. It's crazy. I feel like this stressed me out. I think I need to drink some wine. I'm definitely going to comment on OP because these people are really disappointing in the comments, and I think she needs some words of encouragement. So I feel like a lot of people that I'm assuming commented on this thread, I feel like are probably men, to be honest with you, because men are usually the ones to like be less maybe are not as empathetic as women are. Not to be hateful towards men, but like I feel like women we kind of have a more understanding of each other as to why we do things like this. It's really disappointing. I'm gonna give this OP words of encouragement, and hopefully, you know, she reads it or something. So please like, subscribe. Hopefully I'll have more videos up more frequently. I'm really trying my best with the technology that I have and the time that I have with my job. So hopefully all goes well. But anyways, thank you for watching. Bye.